Hello everybody and welcome to the December month promo video, a very special one for our guides, our tour guides, the exclusive tour shootout guides, and also the ultimate tournament guides, the by far the best guides on the market. And in this video I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's going on here from December moving forward, but also talk about the guides, showing some example from the recent tournaments, talk about the team, talk about our thought process, and give you as much information as possible to feel confident to try out the guides and see if it is something for you. Obviously there is a lot of talks when it comes to using guides, and I mean positive as negative stuff depending on what type of player you are. But one thing it does though is that it will help you improve your game. So if you're looking to invest less hours but still improve your game more than what you would do otherwise, then make sure to get yourself a package for either tour or tournament play. I mean, guides are in any game. I mean, guides are not going to disappear from Golf Clash, nor it will be for Candy Crush. So make sure to take the advantage of using a guide, spend less hours and less money by having a guide, and get yourself a better result. Scan the QR code here on the screen. You can also find the link to patreon.com/golfclashtommy in the description down below. You may see here on the side it says 20% off. I'm gonna use that little logo there to talk about that Patreon does every 6 months an update with their price book. What that means, it means that that's their list prices compared to what currency that you're using. So as I'm from Sweden, I set my list prices in Swedish. Then that adapts to the other currencies, which means that in this case, now the prices for you as a customer is approximately 20% off on more or less every package if you're not from the Nordic countries. What I mean with that is that to adapt for the currency changes out in the world, Patreon has then adapted their price book, which means that instead of now $15 for 1 month when it comes to the Ultimate Tournament guides, it now costs $11.50. So that's a decrease of $3.50 if you are from US. Obviously it's a little bit different depending on what country you're in, so make sure to check it out and you will most likely notice that the prices has gone down. Obviously for those in Sweden or in the Nordic countries and stuff like that, and a few other countries as well, then the prices are the same as before. Still cheap, still definitely possible to try out for a month. It doesn't matter when you do sign up, these are the prices moving forward, and you will see here when we transit over to that page, you will see our packages and you will see the money in Swedish, but you will see it in your own currency. But enough talk about the discount, even though that is a fun thing to talk about. During the month of December, moving forward, we are continuing covering all the 18-hole tournaments for Pro, Expert, and Master. When it comes to the 9-hole Cups, we are continuing covering Expert and Master division when it comes to the qualifying round and also the final round. So both rounds for Expert and Master division. The only difference in December when it comes to the 9-hole Cups is that we will not cover the 9-hole Cup or Expert division during New Year's Eve that week there, just to have that said. But then moving on to be just the same. When it comes to making guides, we have done this for years now. I've done it for all the way back to 2017. So we do have a lot of experience. We are a big team. We are able to not just do the guides, but also be able to do it quickly. We're also being able to do it with quality, which also will be noticing that, I mean, if you have our guides, you get the guides way before others, but you're also getting it with quality. It's not that we're just scrambling something together, put it out there, but we are a lot of testers, a lot of players, a lot of people working with the administrative things. So even if you are a player that might have to go early, we do have the Telegram chats where you can get our early notes and videos, and you can get yourself an early start where we do obviously share the details that then will be presented into the guide. Also the Telegram chats is there to help you out more or less 24/7, where we do have specific people that are covering the Telegram chats, so it's not just me all the time, but I'm obviously there as well, helping out as much as I can. For us, simplicity is the key. Keeping it simple means that the general player can follow. You don't have to be a math whiz. You don't have to be the smartest guy on the planet to follow our guide. might take you a couple of runs to feel extremely comfortable, because it's a new way for you to follow if you have never followed a guide. But we have a way to, you know, to show you the data, show you the information in a way that everyone will be understanding. Obviously, we do have all the help videos and all the help you can get if there is something that you just don't understand. So just because you might haven't used a guide before doesn't mean that you should not try. So make sure to try it out and make sure to find the package that you are looking for. And once again, we are there with you the whole step of the way. We have a specific support line and that is there to help out if there is something that you wonder, or if there is something that went wrong. But let's take a look at all the packages that we do have on Patreon. So once you scan the QR code here at the top, or you go directly to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, you will get to this page. And here you do have all our packages, and we have a lot of packages. And looking them through, just scrolling like this might make it look very, alright, which one should I pick? But the important thing to read, in my opinion, is the titles. Like if you're looking for tour guides, the exclusive tour shootout guides is obviously the most frequently used. If you're looking for tournament guides, the Ultimate Tournament Text Guide is the most frequently used. Obviously, if you're looking for to bundle together tour play and tournament play, you need to scroll further down. Then you do have the combination package. That's the same if you're playing 2 divisions and want guide for both of the divisions, or all 3 of the divisions that we are presenting and doing. Obviously, there is more than just the guide included in every package, so press the button called show more, and then you will find everything that is included. Once you do sign up, you will also get a welcome email with helpful links on how to access the guides and stuff like that, combined with obviously a refreshing text, which will allow you to once again have that as a right, this is what's included in my package. And as always, you can always email support@golfclashtommy.com if there is any question. You can do that through our website, golfclashtommy.com, or just go to your email and just type in support@golfclashtommy.com and send us a text. If you're looking for example guides before you sign up, you can get that from all the tournaments, and we do have an example one for tour play as well. If it's not enough with what's displayed here in the video, then you ask support for that as well. So make sure to find the package that suits you. We have 9-hole cup guides that you can buy if you're only playing 9-hole cups. We do have obviously 18-hole tournament guides if you're only playing the 18-hole tournaments, and obviously if you're only playing tour play, we do have that as well. And then again, combination of everything is as well there. That's why we do have a lot of package, because we do want to give everyone a chance to we want to give everyone a chance to find something for themselves. The money that is said here is not in dollars, it's SEK, that's Swedish krona. So when it comes to the US dollars, if you're always signing up in your own currency, we can always use the currency exchange thingies that is on Google and stuff like that, if you want to be perfectly clear with what it is in your currency, or you just press join and it will show what it is in your currency before you sign up. So here we do have it. Let's take a look at some example guides for the various divisions. So let's take a look at the Master Division. And this is the opening/weekend round guide that we did have for the Thanksgiving tournament. This is to display how a guide from us is kind of built up. I mean, we do obviously have the main page, but then we do have the second page that is general advice and understanding our guides. And here we answer literally everything that you would possibly need to know about our guides, because obviously following a guide, if you haven't done that before, as I said in the intro, is not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, you're not used to it, so how should it be easy? But here you can go back, you don't have to email our support, you don't have to message us in Telegram. It's many things just explained here to help everyone out. Then we do have the videos here, you can see, you can click on these and get yourself some extra little help and stuff like that for stuff that we are using in the guide, you know, with the looking at videos, acronyms, everything like that, explaining Telegram. We do have this one as well, ball curl and wind angles to to just talk a little bit about the balls that you have different size, and also that we do ball swaps and club swaps, and why do we do with that, and why is it like that. Advanced wind angles that we were the first one using in guides, that has become a norm in guides nowadays. Not something you have to follow, but it's something that the top players in various divisions are thinking about and are using. But to get to the weekend round, that is definitely not something that is necessary to use. Then curl pictures as well, especially when we're using curl, we're trying to somewhat use the same type of pictures. They are not trying, we are using the same type of pictures to make it easier to follow. Our team in Master, we do have myself as lead shot creator, then we have Matthias, we have Mark, we have Tony, and we also have Paul, which is not added there. When it comes to the 18-hole tournaments, all of us loads of experience by winning medals and winning banners, winning and consistently making the weekend round, and have been doing guides for years. And then we do have also who is helping out in the Telegram chats. We also have for those that are, I mean, doing slides, meaning doing the administrative work, which is as equally important as us that are creating the shots. So as you can see, we're a lot of people helping out to make the Ultimate Tournament Guide for Master and for all the divisions. Let's take a look at a specific guide here. We're gonna actually use hole 1 as a par 4, par 5 template to use. You can see here now that we're using the drive at the top half. We have the second shot on the bottom half, and then we do have pictures, obviously, for those that like the visual part, and then we do have text as well to demonstrate the things that we show in visual, and vice versa. So very easy to follow. We do have the landing position pictures on the top right and bottom right to demonstrate that as well. Super important things. Trying to always demonstrate the pictures of the specific checks we're doing, and then obviously we're using tables. What we do is that we are using specific slider percentage as a base. Then we're adding or subtracting decimals from there, depending on, obviously, the decimals adding, subtracting depends on what club you have, what elevation you're using, and stuff like that. And this is something that has improved players' time management immensely, and not having to manually put the slider. Left side of the page, we do have a caddy box, the one that is red, you can see up here. This one here somewhat show you or explains to you, let's say if a great left isn't safe, we mentioned that there, or if we do feel like, okay, even though we demonstrate a P4 ball here in the guide, is it possible to play with P3 ball? Yeah, it is, absolutely. And then ball information, wind information, you can see there's loads, and it's very easy to be kind of blind, like shit, there's a lot of information here. But the fact is that we stand proud with that we always add all the information we do have on the specific shots for you then to pick and choose what you want to use and follow. You don't have to use it all, but it's there for you if you want to. We don't want to be the ones holding off by adding information just because it kind of feels like it's too much. I mean, that's never gonna be what we do. Par 3, so I'm not going to use that one because there's no wind angle tweaks, and that was money, by the way. We're going to look at this one here. This one also really good. Hole number 6. And we do have the text, we do have the landing positions and stuff like that. Very similar to par 4s and the par 5s, just that the landing position picture is bigger because it's often a little bit more crucial with that on the par 3s than what it is on the par 4s and the par 5s. Then we do have this picture here. There you see the arrows and stuff like that. This is a wind angle picture. Here we are giving, for those that do want to use it, a way of tweaking based on what the different wind angles are, combined with different wind strength if you would like that. Again, this is not something you have to follow, but if you're going to compete at the top of your division, it's something you slowly have to start to follow and get a grasp of how it works. And that's just how it is, unfortunately. But we're adding it, but again, you don't have to follow it if you don't want to. Simplicity, again, is the key. Trying to keep hole spins, trying to keep a solid landing position. Always trying to use min lines, if that's possibility, or max lines, because it's easy to find. One little thing with Master as well is that we're doing free-to-play ball shots on more or less every single hole. You can see here, we do have a paid ball shot, we have a free-to-play ball shot, we We have a paid ball shot, we have a free-to-play ball shot, we have a paid ball shot, free-to-play ball shot, and all of the free-to-play ball shots is also really, really good. And we have a lot of players that just playing free-to-play or mixing it together with paid balls to not waste a bunch of good balls maybe in the early stages, such as qualifying round and opening round. So there is something for everyone. So if you are interested to not spend any money on balls, we do have options for you as well to continuously make the weekend round and get some rewards there. For those who want to bundle together, then do that. For those that just want to play paid ball shots, you do that too. We have something for everyone, which we are proud to be the only ones to have in a very solid and dialed way. So there we do have an example of the master guide, and you can always get in contact with us through Telegram. That's why we do have these logos here that you can send a message to us directly if you would like. But this is the ultimate tournament guide for Master Division. Sign up by scanning the QR code here at the top, or go directly to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Some discount as well if you are from the right or correct country, so make sure to check that out as well. It's gonna be awesome to dial in and crush December month in Golf Clash with y'all. Let's take a look at Expert Division, the division we have grown the most in for the last year, and obviously this is truly down to us being able to listen to you all from customer feedback, but also that the team has made a hell of a job making sure that we are up to par to what you following our guides are expecting. This is a typical expert guide from us, and we do have the general advice and understanding our guide page, where we do have videos where you can, get a better understanding on certain things. We do have acronyms explained, we do have Telegram explained, we do have info boxes in different ways, risk and reward, pull angles, and everything like that, for you to somewhat get a help, especially if you're new to our guides and there are a lot of information. It could be good to read through this page to get a little bit better understanding on how we think and also what this different stuff are meant to be. Balls, curl, and wind angles. You can see here as well that we are demonstrating the curl, we're demonstrating wind angles, how we work with that, and especially nowadays it's very, very common that there is wind angle tweaks on guides. Not something you have to follow, but it's something that is definitely there. We do have ball and club swap. Why do we use that often? Why don't we just play with the same club all the way? There is reasons for that as well, and we're trying to explain everything to get everyone a good understanding of our product before they start. Here we do have our team. The lead shot creator is Brandon Burke, and then we do have Paul Carlson, we have Michael Blues, and we have myself as well that actually jumps in and do a little bit here and there in expert. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, not much, but I'm still there, obviously. So we do have a lot of people creating shots, where Brandon is our main guy with that, creating all the free-to-play based shot, because our guide is based off free-to-play shots, but then we are also adding the more paid ball shots, the aggressive shots, and stuff like that to fill out where we feel that, okay, here we're going to benefit from being a bit more aggressive. And we do that, but we always keep the base for those that do want to keep it free to play. They might not have that higher level clubs and stuff like that, and that is something that we have gotten the most positive feedback with over the last couple of months, that we do have now options for more or less every single player that do play in expert division, because some players want to play more conservative, don't have high level clubs. Some people have high level clubs, want to take some risk. We do have something for each and every one. Obviously you can reach everyone in Telegram. And we do have also the guys that should not be forgotten, that are making the slides, making the guide pages to make them look properly, to make everyone understand what we actually want with the shots. Let's take a look at hole number 1 here as a template for the par 4 and the par 5. We do have the drive on the top half, second shot on the bottom half. We are obviously working a lot with the visual pictures, tables, and obviously with the main text. So no matter what way you feel comfortable with following our shot, then we have that here. You can also press here. You can see this little logo here takes you to the video of that particular shot that we have in all the guides, and that's something you can press on. You can see the shot in action and get yourself a better understanding, especially if it is kind of a tricky setup. We do have the caddy box that you see up here, the red box here, that explains more, what can I say, if there is something specific to think about. Then we added here, like, you can use a higher power ball for a much slower needle. You can't hit great left here because that's going to be dangerous. Stuff like that. That could be good to know, but we don't want to fill that on the main page of the shot. Obviously, what ball to use, and I mean, on every shot we have, you can play with a free-to-play ball shot if it's not specifically created to be with a Win 5 or something like that. But we show that up here. But even if it is in the end a free-to-play ball shot, but here you can use any P3 plus ball, any side spin 3 plus ball with any Win 3 plus ball. So there's loads of opportunities of using different type of golf balls. You just see on the pictures, and you can use them as equally well as you can use the one demonstrated. Now, from a par 3, we do have a bigger landing position picture. This too, as the landing position is often a little bit trickier and a little bit more important to be absolutely spot on. And then we do have wind angle tweaks as well, as you can see. The wind angle tweaks here is someone helping out to be, for those of you that do want to take the next level on your par 3 game. It's like showing the wind angles, allowing you to, okay, here I would need a little tweak for this wind angle if possible. And let's say like this is not something you have to follow, but it's something that is good to try to follow, because it will help and improve your gameplay. Since I started with wind angle tweak for my own personal game, it has been extremely helpful when it comes to dialing in the par 3s, and I've been getting myself more drops. But again, you don't have to use it, but it's a way for you to have it if you want to, and this is something that the top level players in every division are using to get that extra little drop that might be the extra one that makes the deal if you get a medal or not. So here we do have expert division for all of you. Again, you can play with free-to-play balls, you can play with paid balls, you can go aggressive, you can go conservative. We cater for a POC 4 plus as our main driver. Obviously trying to use other drivers as well if possible, but you can follow our guides without having to use the big boy clubs and big boy balls, that is for sure. So sign up on the through the QR code here at the top, or go directly to patreon.com/golf-tommy, which you have the link in the description down below. Let's dig into Pro. Pro is, in my opinion, probably the hardest division to make guides for, because the wind changes the most. But obviously we're updating the guide based off the wind changes, and this is an example from the Thanksgiving tournament, the opening round guide that we did have. We do have the general advice page and general advice and understanding our guides page. And the thing is, when you're new using our guides, or you might feel that, I mean, okay, there are a couple of things that you don't understand, you can more or less always find the answer on this page, or on these two pages, because we have balls, curl, and wind angles as well. So make sure to check that one out. We do have videos to explain certain things where I demonstrate things, all from what the different boxes mean, and pull angles, acronyms, and we do have the Telegram, why we're using Telegram and why you should be jumping into Telegram as well. Ball size, that not every ball has the same size, which obviously make it different and difficult to center sometimes. Ball and club swaps, why do we do that? It's like, why not just bother keeping one ball on one club all the way? There are some very good explanations to that. Advanced wind angles, yes, we are using that in Pro as well. Have in mind, you don't have to use wind angle tweaks in the guide, but to be able to be a top tier player and somewhat prepared to go up to expert and master, then that is something you're going to have to try to start using at least. And that's because wind angles could be the difference between getting no drops on a par 3 to get maybe 1 or 2 if it's a tough one, or just get an extra drop, for an example. Curl pictures as well, obviously, to demonstrate that. Your team in Pro, we do have the lead shot creator, which is Radu. We do have Grant as well as shot creator. Now I'm there as well by name, but I'm not doing, I can't take credit for the shots as done personally, but I'm there to help out the guys if they need me. But I mean, we have the best team out there by an absolute mile. And obviously, again, we do have the Telegram chat help out where we are, people helping out there. We do have the guys that I'll not be forgotten, the ones that are making the guides look pretty and being presented to all of you users. They are called slide designers. When it comes to the guide, here's an example for a par 4 and a par 5. We do have the drive on the top half of the page, the second shot on the bottom half of the page to make it easier to follow. We do have the visuals as well, with pictures of everything, and we do have the text. So no matter what way you feel comfortable in understanding and learning, then we have that for all of you. We do have the caddy box here. Caddy box is actually a perfect way for us to explain certain things, like if you're a great left, it's going to be danger. Let's say that you can use a better ball than what is demonstrated, etc, etc. And then that's information that is shared there. It could be loads of different things, so I would say that that caddy box is very good to read through, I must say. Looking at a par 3, here we do have a very nice par 3 that didn't require wind angles, but we're gonna move down to one that did need wind angles, because there are obviously par 3s that do not need wind angle tweaks, but they are very, very few. It's often if you do have a good funnel or something like that playing. Here we have a par 3, a bigger landing position picture, obviously, because that's going to be a little bit more important than on the par 4s and the par 5s, because that's a key element in our adjustment. Now you can see the zones we have. We either use arrows or we use zones. So if you are into the red zone, yellow zone, blue zone, then the table is sharing or telling you what you shall be doing. If so, you don't have to follow that if you don't want to. Then you can just follow the VPR table and play as is. But again, for those of you that do want to improve the par 3 play, then that's something you have to start trying to use and trying to get comfortable with. Can you play with paid balls in Pro as well? Yes, you can. You can play with good clubs as well. Just because we are catering to the lower level clubs doesn't mean that we're forgetting about the high level clubs, because the shots can be played with, if you do have the spins, if you do have the stats that is shown, then you can use that. And if there is something that you're uncertain of, you can obviously ask in the Telegram chats or through our support line. When it comes to the clubs that we're catering to, it's XMI level 6 plus, so we go very low in terms of club ranges, but that also means that those, I mean, playing double divisions and playing with a new account that have low level clubs can follow our pro guide. Also for those that are just new to pro can follow it to spot on, and for those that are having a little bit better clubs can use that as too, obviously, and fight with them also. So pro guide, absolute brilliance from Grant and from Rado. Make sure to scan the QR code here at the top, or you go through the link patreon.com/golf-tommy you can find in the description down below. Thank you so much everybody for watching this promo video for the December month here on patreon.com/golf-tommy. As recently said, the price book has changed on Patreon, and due to how we have our settings, we can now offer to many countries out there a 20% discount on the packages compared to what it was before. So make sure to check it out, and it is a perfect time for you to try out the month and see if this is something. We do have tour guides for Tour 7 up to Tour 13, and we do have tournament guides for all the 18-hole tournaments, and we're also doing the 9-hole cup tournaments for expert and master division. Scan the QR code here on the screen or go directly to patreon.com/Tommy. Thank you so much once again, and have a beautiful December, and already now, a Merry Christmas.